When Red Dead Redemption 2 released, it felt like the second coming of Rockstar. The single-player campaign set a new standard for storytelling in games, an open world that was brutal, beautiful, and alive. So when Red Dead Online launched, everyone expected Rockstar to repeat the miracle of GTA Online. A living, breathing Wild West sandbox. Posse shootouts, bounty hunts, heists on horseback. It was supposed to be unstoppable. And yet here we are near the end of 2025, and Red Dead Online feels like a ghost town. So let's rewind. When Rockstar announced Red Dead Online in 2018, fans were ecstatic. The single-player story had just blown everyone away. People couldn't wait to keep living in that world, this time, together. The potential was enormous. You had a setting that everyone loved, the same tech that powered one of the best games ever, and a developer with more money than anyone else in the industry. There was no reason for it to fail. And yet, it did fail. By 2022, Rockstar officially stopped releasing major updates. The player base started collapsing, dropping to barely 1,000 active players on Steam, and what should have been one of gaming's greatest online worlds slowly became one of its biggest missed opportunities. Where did it go wrong? The short answer is Rockstar's priorities. They poured everything into GTA Online because that's where the money was. And Red Dead Online, despite its incredible foundation, was left to basically rot. From the beginning, the grind was brutal. Gold bars, the game's premium currency, were nearly impossible to earn at a fair pace. You could spend hours and hours grinding simple activities just to buy a new role or weapon. And those roles, trader, bounty hunter, moonshiner, were meant to make the game feel dynamic, and instead they turned into endless chores. And then came the Blood Money update in 2021. Fans thought it would be the big turning point. Finally, a taste of organized outlaw life. Heists, robberies, criminal schemes. But it launched with, weirdly, almost no content. A few missions, minimal rewards, and recycled mechanics. It felt like Rockstar gave up mid-sentence. At that point, players kind of realized that Red Dead Online was not built for longevity. It was being kept alive just long enough to sell a few more gold bars. Boot it up today, and Red Dead Online feels lonely. The world is still stunning, maybe even more now because modern games rarely look this natural. The sunsets, the fog rolling over the swamps, the creak of the saddle, all of it still feels magical. But then reality sets in. You ride through an entire region and don't see another player for 20 minutes. Not because the servers are down, but because Rockstar intentionally limited player visibility years ago to stop griefing. It worked, but it killed the sense of community. Now it's an online game that feels single player. You get random NPC missions, a few strangers passing by, the occasional ambush, and that's it. Even if you want to find chaos, you can't. It's a quiet, beautiful, empty world. And that emptiness is both its charm and its curse. Let's be fair, there's still magic here. The movement, the weather, the sound design, it's still unmatched. You feel every gallop, every thunderclap, every shotgun blast echoing through the canyon. Roaming with a friend? Still incredible. Setting up a camp, riding out at dawn, chasing bounties, it can feel cinematic. Few games capture the feeling of just existing in a world like this one. For players who just finished Red Dead 2's story and aren't ready to leave that world behind, Online offers a kind of extended epilogue. You can ride the same trails, visit the same towns, and experience the same atmosphere, but without the heartbreak of Arthur's story weighing on you. It's the last place where the Red Dead 2 magic still lives. That's why, even in 2025, you'll still find a small but passionate fanbase keeping it alive. For them, Red Dead Online isn't a game, it's a place to visit when they miss the frontier. But that loyalty comes at a cost. If you're new, the game greets you with the worst of Rockstar's old habits. The economy is broken. Weapons and rolls cost absurd amounts of gold. You can technically earn it through missions, but the payout is microscopic. Rockstar designed it that way. It's meant to nudge you towards spending real money on gold bars. And because updates stopped, there's no new content to balance the grind. Even basic things like fast travel or ammo refills feel sluggish and expensive. Every session becomes a loop of hunting, selling, crafting, and saving up for something that'll take days to afford. You're not playing the outlaw fantasy, you're clocking in at a virtual job. Then there's the silence. Your online protagonist doesn't speak during cutscenes. NPCs deliver emotional dialogue while your character just stares blankly. It breaks immersion and makes story missions feel awkward. Add to that the lack of crossplay, no way to squad up with friends across platforms, and the game feels trapped in the past. So yes, technically it works, but spiritually, it's frozen. Comparing the two is painful, but necessary. GTA Online became a live service empire. New heists, properties, cars, events, and updates every few months. Sure, it's bloated, but it feels alive. Red Dead Online is the opposite. It's the quieter, more realistic sibling that never got the same love. Part of it is the setting. GTA thrives on chaos, jets, supercars, flying bikes, explosions. It's fast, flashy, and perfect for short attention span fun. Red Dead isn't built for that. Its strength is realism, mud, bullets, and morality. You can't have a horse with missiles or a cowboy doing backflips off trains. That slower, grounded tone makes monetization harder, and that's where Rockstar lost interest. So while GTA evolved, Red Dead Online stayed stuck in time. And now, 10 years later, it feels like a world waiting for a story that'll never come. The wasted potential. The tragedy of Red Dead Online isn't that it's bad, it's that it could have been great. Imagine if Rockstar had leaned into the frontier fantasy. Persistent outlaw gangs, player-run towns, train robberies that require coordination, a true economy system. It could have been The Division meets the good, the bad, and the ugly. Instead, they built an economy that punishes curiosity. Players who wanted to explore or experiment quickly burned out. Those who stayed did so because they loved the world, not because the gameplay rewarded them. And that's the heartbreaking part. The core of Red Dead Online is excellent. The gunplay, the atmosphere, the detail, it's all there. Rockstar just never gave it purpose. It's like owning a mansion, but never furnishing it. So, is Red Dead Online worth playing in 2025? Yes, but only for a very specific type of player. If you're a newcomer hoping for a bustling online frontier with new updates and thriving servers, you'll be disappointed. You'll find a quiet world, some decent co-op missions, and a whole lot of grinding. But if you just finished Red Dead 2's story, if you're still emotionally attached to its world and just want more time to exist in it, then yes, Red Dead Online gives you that. It lets you ride those same plains again, see the same sunsets, hear that same haunting music, and pretend for a while that the story never ended. It's not exciting. It's nostalgic. And that's enough for some players. Think of it as a photo album you can walk through. It won't surprise you, but it will remind you why you loved it in the first place. Red Dead Online is not dead, but it's not alive either. It's a ghost of what could have been. The servers still run, the world still looks gorgeous, and the mechanics still hold up, but Rockstar moved on. No new missions, no updates, no future. If you already love the world of Red Dead 2, it can still give you a few unforgettable nights, especially with friends who share that love. But if you're looking for a long-term live service game, something evolving and thriving, this isn't it. It's a museum piece, beautiful, tragic, frozen in time. There's a bigger lesson here. Rockstar once balanced art and profit better than anyone. Red Dead 2 proved they could build emotional, handcrafted stories, while GTA Online showed they could dominate the live service space. Red Dead Online sits awkwardly between those two identities. Too artistic for the grind crowd, too grindy for the art crowd. It never decided what it wanted to be, and that indecision killed it. But what's left is still special in its own way. a decaying monument to one of gaming's greatest worlds. And if you wander through it, even briefly, you can still feel the echoes of what could have been. So is Red Dead Online worth playing in 2025? If you're chasing nostalgia, yes. If you're chasing fun, probably not. But if you want to stand under that pink-orange sky one more time, listen to the wind roll over the plains, and remember how good games can feel when they care about immersion, then saddle up. Because even in silence, Red Dead Online is still the most beautiful ghost in gaming.